Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking how to close more SaaS clients inside of GoHighLevel. If you don't know me, my name is Drew. I'm a GoHighLevel expert. I'm going to show you some of the things that I have done and where I've generated leads to be able to not only generate SaaS clients but close more clients as well. Now, before we jump into the video, two quick housekeeping things. Number one, if you have any questions or comments along the way, feel free to drop a comment below. We'll make sure to get anything that you have answered. Number two is we do offer a free 30-day trial to anybody who is interested. There's a link in the description to be able to get started today. Now, the start of my GHL agency journey begins about 5 years ago. Brand new to GHL. GHL was also fairly new to the agency world, and they came across as this all-in-one marketing platform that promised to do email marketing, text marketing, workflows, automations, and even more than that. And so I wanted to try it for my own business. I absolutely loved it. I still love it today, and I am excited to be able to talk about where I started, how I got to where I'm at, some of the things that I did to generate leads, some of the things that I learned to be able to continue to enhance my systems and processes so that I can close more SaaS clients. I'm going to start with the lead generation side of things. Super important to be able to have leads in the pipeline, continue to build your pipeline. Now, there are a ton of ways to be able to do that. You can cold call, cold email, go to businesses in person, Facebook groups, Facebook ads, Google ads, SEO. There's a ton of different ways to be able to generate leads and grow your business. The three most successful ways that I have done this. Number one is actually going to local businesses. That is what I did when I first started out. I would walk into a business, I would build a relationship with the owner, I would ask them questions about some of the issues that they faced and try to figure out how I could best solve them. Number two is going into local Facebook groups. One of the best things that I had ever been taught, business owners know other business owners. And so once you get in the group, you can introduce yourself and you're building rapport, building that relationship, coming across as a trustworthy authority figure in your space. That allows you to scale and talk to more than one person at once. Finally is LinkedIn. I've had great success with LinkedIn. It is a one-on-one messaging is where I found the most success. Again, that is not entirely scalable, but I have found some great clients on there. It is all about relationship building, networking, getting recommendations from other people. Those are kind of my top three lead gen sources of when I first started. That helped me to get a couple of case studies under my belt, gain some clients that were paying a low monthly fee so that I could eliminate any potential overhead that I have and allow me to really scale my business. And so now what that looks like is a lot of those methods that I mentioned. I still do a lot of those things, but I have VAs to be able to do them. We do run Google ads, we do run Facebook ads, we do SEO, and so we do affiliate programs as well, and that really allows us to have a ton of different arms into the agency world and the business owner world where we can continuously build our pipeline, continuously set appointments in different niches, and getting more clients. One of the things that I wish I knew when I first started was to niche down. And so that is something that I do currently, although that was a switch that I made a couple of years ago now. But when I first started, I was taking any client that I could get a hold of, which sounds great in theory because you have money coming in the door. However, since those clients are in different industries and they may be of different sizes, they have different needs. And so you might have one business that only uses one feature of GoHighLevel and they're really easy to deliver. You might have another business that is going to use all of the features of GoHighLevel, which granted you can make more money on, but it's going to take you more time to be able to deliver the final product to them. And any time that you are spent fulfilling or delivering product to your clients, that is time that is taking away from your ability to sell. The less time that you have to sell, the more your pipeline starts to dry up, and that compound effect can begin to take effect as you are just continuously fulfilling, and you're not actually selling. And so at some point, the amount of fulfillment work that you have to do is also going to continue to dry up. So that would be my recommendation here. Always continuously build a pipeline, whether that is a organic source or a paid source or a source that you have to manually do the action. That continuous pipeline is always going to result in your business continuing to grow. One other item I want to touch on here, if you are already struggling with fulfillment, you can hire a VA, you can hire somebody else. Yes, that does cut into your margins, but if you can pay a VA $8 to $10 an hour at what you are doing, that allows you to sell a much better and higher package to some of those end clients to where you can make more money, and that $8 to $10 an hour or whatever the payment is ultimately becomes null, since you're growing infinitely times that fulfillment cost. That is one of the things that I wish I learned along the way here. I was spending 40, 60, 80 hours a week doing all of the work myself. But what I'm realizing now is that if I had just paid somebody to take over 10 to 20 to 30 hours a week, I could scale back the amount of time that I was spending growing this business and focus on the actual revenue generating activities. Super important to be able to learn. And as we know, the 80-20 rule, and so that is going to continue to be the case as you scale, as you generate leads, as you have more clients to fulfill on. Talking about lead generation, next I want to talk about marketing materials. So when I was pitching clients, I had a slide deck that I went through that talked about some of the different features that were available. And again, not all businesses will use all of the features, so you have to tailor your pitch a little bit in the sense that some clients may not want to use some of the automation. Now, granted, you should recommend that they do, but there are some clients that have a platform for that, or some clients who have a text email platform that they're super comfortable with, they're familiar with, and so you can tailor your package and your pitch based on all of those things. Now, what I do with all of my clients is I do a live demo of what the software looks like, what it can do, what it can't do, how I think it's going to fit for their business, and really I try to give them the best possible visual because I believe that seeing is believing, and so if I can show them it, then it might make sense in their mind and how they can actually implement it inside of their business. Now, again, there are a ton of different ways to be able to do this. Some people will say that slides works better for them, which is great. If that is the case, continue to use those slides and pitch as you are. If you think a live demo might be better, then try that out once or twice. If you like it, great, continue on. If you don't, then you can always go back to what you had before. This sales process, setting up these systems for different clients, is always going to be a work in progress, so don't be discouraged if you try something new and it doesn't work. I've tried thousands of different iterations of pitches and slides and everything over the years. And so you just have to continuously figure out what is working, what is not working, identify those different patterns so that you can continue to close more clients. One last thing that I want to talk about is gathering feedback. And gathering feedback can be both positive and negative. This is something that I do all the time with all of my clients, whether they are going through the sales process, going through the onboarding process, or they've been a client for a long time. I always want to know how things are going, how they are perceiving me, my pitch, my service in their mind, and whether or not they think that I am providing value for them. So we ask a couple of questions along the way to be able to see if it is the right fit. And in the sales process, this acts as the temperature check. So we always talk about the scale of confidence from 1 out of 10 or certainty. If they are a 10 out of 10 certainty, means they're ready to buy today and implement it into their business today. If they are anywhere from a 5 to an 8, that means that they're confident in our service or certain in what we have to offer, but they're not 100% sold yet. And so I can do a check-in with them and say, hey, out of 10, where do you think you're at the moment? Or what's holding you back? And they are likely going to give you an answer. It could be time, it could be money, it could be they got to talk to their wife, they got to talk to their husband. It could be they don't know that this is going to be the best fit for them just yet. And that allows you to continue to tailor your pitch based on their feedback. And so you can take that feedback later on, go back through the call and say, okay, well, maybe they don't, or they're not 100% certain because of this. Or maybe this feature doesn't exactly fit for their business, so they're not sure how exactly it's going to work. Or maybe they're not sold on me. How do they know that me and my 100+ clients are happy, we can fulfill, we can continue to deliver them the best service that is possible? So that's something that we like to do as a temperature check along the way through the process. As they're onboarding, we want to check in with them and see why they chose to go with us over somebody else. Because 9 times out of 10, if they're talking to us about HighLevel, about a CRM, about a certain piece of functionality, we also know that they are likely talking to other people about that same piece. And so we ultimately want to know why they chose us over somebody else. And that's not because anybody else is bad. That's not because our service or our platform is better than anybody else's out there. They just felt more comfortable and more certain moving forward with us than they did with somebody else. We want to make sure we not only know why that is the case, but we want to be able to use that in future conversations that we're having with clients. And then lastly is, as they're being a client, they've been a client for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year down the road, we still want to continue to check in. Hey, how are things going? We offer monthly check-ins for all of our clients, regardless of the plan that they are on. Some clients choose to be able to do so and figure out the past month's performance and the game plan moving into the next month. Some clients prefer not to do that at all. There are some clients that signed up with us. We talk to them for the first 90 or so days. They're happy with everything we have to offer, and then we really only hear from them once or twice a year. When something comes up, they need changes made, and we're able to execute on that. That is pretty much everything I have for you in this video here. I do hope that you enjoyed it and got some value out of it. Again, you have any questions about lead generation, about setting up the correct systems and processes to be able to scale, setting up a process to gather feedback from your clients as you're talking to them, feel free to drop a comment below. We'll make sure to get any questions that you have answered. We do also offer that free 30-day trial for anybody who's interested in HighLevel. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch the entire video and hope to see you in the next one.